nice ladies. They're very accommodating.
He's fired up.
Jokes and candies work.
Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Alderman Dunwoody. Roll call, Alderman Dunwoody.
Here.
Alderman Ravenfeld.
Yeah, of course I'm here.
Alderman Colbert is absent. Alderman Turner.
Here.
Alderman Bill.
Here.
And Alderman Lewis.
Here.
Stay absent.
Can I get a motion to approve September 2nd, 2025 meeting minutes, please?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I get a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on. Special items, we have none. Appointments to boards and commissions, none. Scheduled public comment. Jeff and Tara Lane reference requesting the distance between the chicken coop and the house be reduced. Please state your name.
It's
and
Tyra.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
It's okay.
All right. Please come to the podium, state your name and address.
It's Tyra Lane, 511 North Henry Clay Boulevard, here in Ashland.
All right, go ahead.
I'm new to this, so please bear with me.
You tell us what you would like to talk about.
So my husband and I were attempting to raise 5 chickens, and we weren't aware of the 100 feet ordinance, so we got called on by one of our neighbors, which is fine, we understand. And it wasn't so much that we had the chickens, it was that the coop was within so many yards of, or so many feet of the houses, which I understand. Their complaint was the smell is subjective. I kept the coop very, very clean and stuff like that, which I completely understand everything. But when I was speaking with the officer who came to the house, even he took a measurement off of Google Maps from house to house just within the neighborhood, and none of the houses were within that range. And when I went throughout the city itself, literally there were maybe a handful of houses that meet that requirement in order to even have a coop. So why would you have that ordinance that you can have chickens but you can't have the coop? Where are we supposed to house the chickens?
So you're saying that the houses are too close together and you can't, regardless if you do have a coop or don't have a coop?
Correct.
Just for awareness, you did amend this ordinance in 21. It's 75 feet, and you can reduce that by 15 feet for every 1 chicken less than the maximum of 5 allowed.
Correct, and that was told to the officer and by email from the city after the complaint was filed, and I forwarded that to the officer who came to the house, which is fine, but even still then, that 75 feet is still not within range of literally any house within the city of Ashland.
Do you know what the actual measurement is from the neighboring house?
So for the 3 houses around my house, it is 35, 40, and 45. And then when I was measuring the houses pretty much within an entire 2 city block of my house and anywhere in Ashland, it was pretty much between 40 and 50. Outside of the major outlying houses, which maybe hit 75 or 80, maybe once or twice. And so there weren't very many houses or properties that had that feet in between the houses.
So those numbers are from house to house?
From
or
house to
to
house.
your coop?
From house to house. Well, even when I had the house to coop measurement, it still didn't meet that. Even with putting it as close to my house as possible, away from any of the other houses, it was still nowhere near it. The closest I could get was putting it right outside my back door and lowering the amount of chickens I had to 2. Which, it's just my husband and I, and that's fine, we were just doing it for the eggs,
So, I'm the city attorney. Do you have a lawyer?
No.
And I'm only asking that because if you do, there's some rule about my talking to you. You don't. So really, there's two ways that you could theoretically address this. I imagine what you're asking for right now is an exception to this rule. Is that a fair way to describe what you're interested in? Or are you more looking for an explanation?
I'm asking for an exception because I would like to be able to have the 5 chickens that you guys state is acceptable within the city limits, but still have my coop within the Sydney ordinance of the
Okay.
measurements allowed within the house because of the measurements around my house.
So that is a planning and zoning problem. Generally speaking, you'd be talking about a variance. I want to do something that's legal, that is impossible because of the setbacks. That is a request for an exception that you would make to the Planning and Zoning Commission. It's not a problem, but you're here today talking about it. Conceivably, the board could decide to change the ordinance, but generally speaking, when somebody has something like that, what they're asking for is, I want an exception, and the way to do that, to ask formally for an exception, is, and we have a P&Z board here in Ashland, is that something that you'd be interested in doing?
Yes.
Okay. And the way that works is, it's not a trial or anything, but that group meets, and they would hear you out, right? That is, in my legal opinion, sort of the correct way to do it. Particularly because you're not necessarily interested in an explanation, you just want to have your chicken coop.
Correct.
Right.
Because I don't think it's fair to have the chickens without having a place to house them.
And Todd, I have a question that,
Just one point of clarity, this does not exist in the planning and zoning.
with planning and zoning, would that only be a recommendation that comes from
Oh.
them, or would
That's
they be
why I
the
had already advised you
final
that I don't think a variance would work.
So Todd,
I apologize, I've misspoken. What you were describing is called a setback, and that's usually a planning and zoning situation. This particular ordinance turns out in the animal control section. So, you've already been told not to go to P&Z, forget everything I just said. The P&Z board has rules about sheds and houses. It would normally, a setback would normally be a variance, so I apologize for
so
that.
can I just ask, how far is your chicken coop from your house?
It's about
Sorry.
25 feet from my house. If I leave it the furthest away from my house, from my back door, because I have 4 dogs, but I have a separating fence that gives
This
the
house is
run.
problem.
Alright, so Todd, help me out here. So I can make a motion here, right, to just change the ordinance to say 25 feet with 5 feet for every chicken minus, less than the minimum here, right?
What you could do is submit a new ordinance. Look, I want to amend this ordinance in first and second read it. You could do that. It's not on the agenda. You would probably want to do that next time, but yes, you could make a motion tonight. I'm directing the staff to modify amendment ordinance, whatever it is. It would be on the agenda next time. We could first and second read that, and if it got the majority votes, we could change this ordinance.
Okay, what's the ordinance number, Kyle?
I mean, it's irrelevant at this point because we've renumbered this whole chapter, but it's,
If you want to make a
this
motion to
particular-
direct staff to draft an amendment.
That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna make a motion to direct staff to make an amendment, reducing the distance from a house from 75 feet to 25 feet with reducing that by 5 feet for every chicken less than the minimum, going forward.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Ma'am, what I would propose to do then is draft an ordinance that makes that change. It'll be on the agenda for next month's meeting. That would be October the 7th. If you'd like to come, you're welcome to. We public comment. To my clients, I would say that ordinance would be on the agenda. You can first and second pass it and put it into effect. In light of that motion and the fact that there was no dissent, I don't think you need to move your chicken coop right now. Strictly speaking, you're in violation right now.
Well, I already moved my chickens completely off the property.
But where are the chickens at now?
At a friend's house out in Overly.
Can they stay there for the next 2 weeks?
Yeah.
All right, so,
I'm sorry?
I said, that's a long way, you gotta go there to get your eggs.
I go visit and yes, I go
Go Moses.
well, if that's the arrangement you've made, my suggestion then, go ahead and leave them with your friend. Come back on October 7th, 6th, whatever it is, 6th, 7th, excuse me. If the board passes it, which I imagine they will, you'd be good to go. Does that make sense?
Awesome, thank you.
I apologize for the variance error, but Yeah, that's what we'll do.
And this should negate your need to go to animal control too, because it sounds like you'll be in
Well,
compliance with the ordinance once we fix it.
you're not in violation right now because the chickens aren't there.
Well, right.
Yeah, I mean,
All right, awesome. Thank you guys very, very much.
Can I see the old ordinance? Thank you.
You can take that, or it's in the packet, for your preference.
Alright, moving on to public hearing, I have none. Moving on, introductions and first reading, Council Bill number 2025-32. An ordinance of the City of Ashland, Missouri authorizing the implementation of the Home Park Employer Assisted Home Program as an employer benefit. Staff report, please.
Home Park offers a customizable, cost-efficient, and ready-to-deploy program for employers to provide as an additional employee benefit. Collaborating, customizing, and program design, Home Park collaborates with the employers to create an employee-assisted housing EAH program that is easily implemented and branded to the organization. Home Park provides comprehensive home buying, counseling, and education. The program offers 0% interest financing to help employees with down payments and closing costs. Home Park provides continuous assistance to both employers and employees throughout the home buying process. Employees access their employee branded portal, and end-to-end solution connects employees with realtors and mortgage companies. Employees purchase a home using 0 interest down payment and closing cost assistance loans. A low monthly payroll deducted repayment plan is then established. I have provided you with all the information in regards to Home Park. I hope you had time to review it. I do have Josh Kaplan here to answer any questions that you do have. He is the one that runs the program. He's presented to RPC, and not RPC.
Ready.
Ready. And we also, and he has several businesses in the community in Boone County that have already participated or are participating in the program. So what you would be doing, this would be a first reading to move this program forward. It would be for the program and the policy attached as well to the program. So I'll let Josh answer any questions that you may have.
And first, just wanted to compliment how efficiently you guys just dealt with that problem. I know everybody gives the government a hard time for moving slow. I was very impressed.
So Josh, just to confirm, I didn't see anything in the packet about cost of the city. This is at 0 cost to the city then?
0 cost to the city, completely waived any fees that we would normally charge an employer. Just want to do what we can to increase homeownership opportunities here in Boone County.
So, do I understand it correctly? It's basically you are offering a loan to the employee for the down payment and closing costs at 0%?
At 0% interest for the down payment. It would be attached to a normal standard mortgage. So we're just covering the minimum down payment required to get in. Because there's a lot of people out there that want to own a home, but the biggest barrier to entry is the down payment. I mean, I was one of the top loan officers in the industry, and 90% of my customers had the income or credit. They just lacked the savings.
So then my follow-up question is, if it's 0% to the employee.
Yep.
And it's no cost to the city.
Yes.
How do you make your money?
Good
question.
Yeah.
How are you in business? Yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, I obviously was very successful in the mortgage industry, but the frustration I had is the expectation versus reality that the entire industry was built on. You know, everybody has frustrations with different systems and policies. There's always pain points. But the mortgage industry is built on this idea that people have $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 laying around when the average American has less than $2,000. So expectations and reality were on opposite sides of a football field. And so what I also knew about the mortgage industry and the real estate industry as a whole is the customer acquisition costs throughout the industry, whether it's mortgage, real estate, homeowners insurance, are very high. So our partners do pay a fee to be a partner in the program, and we make money off the mortgage companies, the real estate partners, the insurance companies. But every time an employee chooses to use one of those partners, they don't have to, it's just a choice. But if we can provide them the best coverage at the cheapest rate for their homeowner's insurance policy, why wouldn't they take advantage of that? But when we make money, we also pass money back to them. Like if they use one of our realtors, they can either get a free home warranty or they can get a gift card for $500 for furniture. So anytime we make money, we'll pass the money back to the consumer as well.
So it's no cost to the city.
No cost to the city.
And
And the employee can borrow a loan to cover their entire minimum down payment. They can spread the payment back over 5 years to keep that payment low and manageable. Most of the employers I meet with are like, what am I missing? Why wouldn't I do this? And I mean, the intention was to build this to get that response. We wanted to make it a no-brainer for any employer to offer this to their employees.
So last question for you.
Yeah.
Or well, not last, I can't speak for the
I
other
got
people
one,
on
but
board.
go ahead.
My question for you, I guess, better way to phrase that is, are there fees then associated, or is it no fee, no interest, like,
Not to the employee.
not to the employee?
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Just making
employee-
sure it's not like one of those things where it's like 0% interest, but a $10,000 fee that goes across the 5 years or anything like that.
No. There's no tricks, there's no gimmicks. It's as straightforward, simple as it can get. It really is, we're leveraging the real estate vertical, making your money off of these people that are already paying actually generally more for that. Like I was the top loan officer at Veterans United. The average customer acquisition cost is about $4,000. For them to participate in this program, it would actually be cheaper than them just doing business their normal way of buying leads and things like that. For a realtor to work with us, it would be cheaper for them than if they were getting leads from Zillow or Realtor.com. So we leverage these already existing business models. We actually brought down the cost for those partners as well, and we just make money that way while delivering an amazing product to the consumer.
And did I read that it was also, would be using payroll deduction for the repayment?
Yep, you know,
In the event that the employee leaves, then does that just convert to, they still owe it?
Yep,
And
the city never has any liability. Of course, if the employee never made another payment to us, it works like any other loan. It would be default at that point, but as long as they keep paying us, there's no worries there.
So I lied when I said my last question too. Sorry, Todd, I see you trying to jump in.
You're in front, buddy.
So just thinking through bankruptcy law here, if a city employee files bankruptcy then, but it's already being deducted out of their check, you would, in theory, stop deducting the amount from their check too, right? In line with the automatic stay from US code on that?
Yeah, I mean, it is effectively a consumer loan, so if it was discharged in bankruptcy, then it's just a discharge debt, yep.
Okay.
Never got that question before though, so, first time.
Councilman Veal is an attorney.
I did not
Alderman
make it
Veal.
past my 1L year of law school.
Alderman, excuse me. So employee on day one takes advantage of this program, fills out the paperwork, the loan is processed. On day two, we fire employee. Does that mean they have to go back and lose this advantage, or they still have it? How does that work?
No, I mean, ultimately, we're here to give people access to the American dream. We're not trying to ruin people's lives. As long as they're paying us back, even if they get fired, they quit, like, as long as they're paying us back, we're good.
The 0% is as long as they, on the day they are signing the dotted line or employed, they get it.
The no rate is 0%. Yep.
Great, thanks.
I will add that we did send out a survey to our employees to see if they were even interested in this, and we did get 4 responses back that they were. And considering the cost of real estate here in southern Boone County, this would be a huge benefit to those individuals on the lower end of the pay scale.
Yeah, if you look at the data over probably the past 50 years, every single year, the average age of a first-time homebuyer increases. People are generally shocked to hear that this year it's 40 years old, last year was 38, the year before that was 35. It goes up and up and up because real estate prices have gone like this, wages stay pretty stagnant, and the down payment is a function, a percentage of that price. So it's just taking people longer and longer to save up.
Where are you guys located at?
Based out of Columbia.
Are you?
Yep.
I'm assuming you're the head honcho.
CEO, founder, yep. Yeah, we got some great companies. I mean, farmer companies out of Jeff City just came on board. In Columbia, we have Columbia Orthopedic Group, Equipment Share. Let's see, who else is just coming up? Yeah, so a lot of the top, Missouri Employers Mutual, just did a home buying seminar for them as well. So that's something we offer for employees too, is we offer a lot of educational resources in addition to the financing as well.
And I did do my homework. I did call Missouri Employers Mutual and talk to our contacts there. They verified their participation. I did also call Equipment Share. I have some contacts there for after some things, and they did also verify, and actually, a couple that I know that I had sold a house to a couple of years ago is now looking again and going to utilize this program, so.
So expect our application pool to go up higher now. Get some more
And it
applications.
doesn't have to be a first home buyer.
It does not have to be a first-time home buyer, and that's actually what any employer that's offered down payment assistance has seen is people apply and then people stay. They build roots in the community and they stay. They're less transient when they're a homeowner. And a lot of people want to own a home, so, and there's a lot of statistics out there depending on what industry you look at. Like in healthcare, 40% of healthcare workers say they would change their employer for access to a down payment assistance benefit.
Any other questions? I think this side of the board is awful quiet tonight.
We could have voted on this like 15 minutes ago. So.
Once again, always a lack of opinion.
I am not an attorney.
Me neither.
That's all right.
All right, can I get a motion approving Council Bill number 2025-32?
So moved.
An ordinance of the City of Ashland, Missouri authorizing the implementation of the Home Perk Employer Assisted Housing Program as an employee benefit.
I will second.
Do I need to so move again?
Yeah.
Okay, so moved.
Do we have a second, Mr. Lewis? Alderman Dunwoody?
Aye.
Alderman Ravencraft?
Aye.
Alderman Turner?
Aye.
Alderman Bill?
Aye.
Alderman Lewis?
Aye.
It passes, sir. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Council Bill number 2025-33, an ordinance of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Ashland, Missouri, amending the annual budget for the fiscal year May 1, 2025. Staff report, please.
So I'm a little bit early with this. I normally do this in October, but we had some things that needed to be changed because of the upcoming bond deposit that you all are aware of. I will not go through this brief or this long executive and discussion summary. I assume that everybody has read it and understands what's going on. The only thing that I will say is this. And there is a caveat in here for when you pass this for the changes to be made once that money has been deposited, which will be by 10 a.m. on September 30th. Kyle and I have some work to do as far as creating a new bank account for the funds to be deposited in. We also have gotten guidance from our independent auditors on how they want the funds journaled. And then we have to go into our software, obviously, and create a whole new line from our assets and liabilities to our bank account, which cannot be done until all of the pieces kind of fall together. So what I'm asking for is not just the budget amendments that are out in Exhibit A, but also any changes that our independent auditors are going to want to make when we get all of this set up and the funds are deposited, so we can account for them and be transparent about the arrival and where those funds are going or where they went to. Because as you know, there are going to be fees associated with this bond as well, so those fees are going to be deducted from the total amount that we receive.
Any questions? Can I get a motion approving Council Bill number 2025-33, an ordinance of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Ashland, Missouri to amend the annual budget for fiscal year beginning May 1, 2025?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Alderman Lewis?
Aye.
Alderman Bill?
Aye.
Alderman Turner?
Aye.
Alderman Ravencraft?
Aye.
And Alderman Dunwoody.
Aye.
Council Bill number 202.
Ms. Lane, I know that you don't want to sit through the rest of this. You're free to go whenever you want to leave. You don't have to sit today.
Oh, come on, I was finding it so interesting.
You're not locked in.
Have a good night.
You're more than welcome to, but you don't have to.
City ordinance of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Ashland, Missouri, amending the addendum to the contract with M&M Landscaping and Construction LLC for the Oak Street Caspian Stormwater Project, please. Staff report?
All right, I know we just had an amendment for this contract to add back in some ARPA terms that were missed on the original contract that was produced by Allstate. As a reminder, those ARPA terms, at the end of the day, they basically gave the federal government the right to pull funding at any point, and damages would be what they are. MMLC has requested that we add in some terms just to give them some protections, basically saying that if they procure material to do any work, we're still gonna pay them even if the grant gets pulled. Not that we have any expectation of the grant being pulled, but we had two minor little asks that I sent over to James Clare with Lauber to review, as well as review that with the ARPA grant administrator up at Boone County. So you can see those in the discussion of the summary page, just to, like I said, give them some protections to make sure that they're still paid and made whole. Obviously, if the grant does magically disappear, we intend to still move forward with these projects as they are essential stormwater projects that we've been working on for a number of years. But what you have before you, there's no fiscal impact for that minor amendment. We'll keep trucking along on those projects.
I'm gonna go ahead and move that we first read it and accept that.
All right, can I get a motion approving Council Bill number 2025-34, an ordinance of the Board of Aldermen, City of Ashland, Missouri, amending the addendum to contract with M&M Landscaping Contract Construction LLC for the Oak Street and Catherine Circle project.
I think I made that motion, so I think we need a second.
Second?
Second.
Alderman Dunleavy?
Aye.
Alderman Ravencraft?
Aye.
Alderman Turner?
Aye.
Alderman Bill?
Aye.
Alderman Lewis?
Aye.
Moving on to old business, ordinance number 1529, ordinance of the Board of Aldermen, City of Ashland, Missouri, amending the annual budget for fiscal year May 1, 2025.
I think we just went over this, so I'm gonna go ahead and move. What do I need to move for here?
Can I get a motion approving?
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
Alderman Dunleavy?
Aye.
Alderman Ravencraft?
Aye.
Alderman Turner?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
And Alderman Lewis? Aye. All right. Ordinance number 1530, ordinance of the Board of Aldermen, City of Ashland, Missouri, amending the addendum contract for M&M Landscape. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Alderman Lewis?
Aye.
Alderman Bill?
Aye.
Alderman Turner?
Aye.
Alderman Ravencraft?
Aye.
Alderman Dunleavy?
Aye.
We're done with new business. Oh, got resolution number 2025-50, resolution authorizing the write-off of certain uncollectible receivables.
We have 9 utility accounts that are delinquent under $100 for a total of $358.34. While the city does not pursue collections on, or while the city does pursue collections on larger delinquent balances, these small dollar accounts are not financially practical to send to collections. The collection agency retains more than what we would actually collect. So I am asking to write off these balances. The total amount again is $358.34, representing 9 delinquent accounts under $100.
Thank you.
I'm assuming all of these are long gone, shut off. They're not current.
Yes, they're non-collectible.
I'll just, for the benefit of the board here, say that Todd charges us that almost an hour, so, yeah, pursuing these, like, from a litigation standpoint, it's just absolutely not worth, the cost to get this money back, so. What do you think, Bob?
I think this is a prudent financial decision. You bet.
Can I get a motion approving?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on, reports. Only thing I have to report tonight is I am glad to see that we are getting a club car wash. It's awesome. New business to our city. One more down.
Where are they going at?
Next Taco Bell.
Aye.
There's a sign over there if you drive up North
there's that
63,
sign.
yeah, take a look.
It blew over though last
When
night.
you sit down, somebody will love voting things.
Yeah, there was also a trampoline wrapped around a light post in my subdivision last night.
Trampoline. Somebody had a chicken coop in your neighborhood, no, a greenhouse.
Yeah, they were asking for
Yeah.
people to come over and help them turn it back over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
All right, moving on to city administrator report.
I just got back from the Missouri Municipal League Annual Conference. This is the one that I hounded you all to potentially sign up for. So here's your save the date for next year, because it's a good conference for you as elected officials to go to. It'll be September 13th through 16th, 2026, down at the lake, Margaritaville. this is the one for you guys. Like, it's primarily elected officials that are there. It's a good opportunity to network, good opportunity to talk to your peers, and also get in some education while you're there. They do, 2.5 full days of educational sessions, and you can also earn credit towards your credential as a certified municipal official through the state of Missouri. So please consider marking that on your calendars for next year. More recently on the calendar, October 15th is the next MML regional luncheon. It'll be in Boonville. Topic will be finance and taxation. So if you'd like to go to that, please let me know so I can get you signed up. We do budget money every year to send you guys to training, so please take advantage of it. These are also, again, good opportunities to network with the central region particularly. So usually Columbia sends a good contingency. All the other municipalities in Boone County generally are well attended at these meetings. Mexico usually sends a pretty good contingency as well. So just a good opportunity to network and learn from your peers, talk to peers about issues that they're facing, see if there's anything that may overlap here in Ashland.
Thanks, sir. City Attorney report?
No report.
Police Chief Buckley.
Terribly efficient.
That just saved us $300.
Good evening. Everything's cooking along okay in the police department. We have one opening. We have one new employee started August 18, and she's currently in field training. And we still have one opening. We're trying to find somebody to fill that one. So we're also currently working through, we've sent a couple of people already. Everybody in the department's done a 13-hour online training, and then that's followed up with a 1.5-day in-person training of more or less tactical decision making is what it's about. So we're all working through that. It's about really good use of force decision making, hopefully, to primarily directed at people in mental and crises, people who are in mental crisis and armed with something other than a firearm. Situations that really can't be left alone, but also there's really no crime, right? So we have to be there kind of as a public safety check, but there's really no reason to go use force on these folks at this point. And so it's a kind of a way of thinking that, again, like with everything, we hope we're learning and doing better as time goes on. I don't just mean here, I mean in the big picture of American law enforcement. Learning, trying to do better about putting hands on people we should put hands on and not putting hands on people we shouldn't put hands on. Learning to diffuse and calm situations down. So we're putting the entire department through that, and hopefully make it us safer and the public safer. Be good.
Appreciate that.
Any questions?
Just keep up the good work.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Community development report. Watch this.
As always, what's in the packet? Anybody have any questions?
I don't think so, sir. Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Treasury report?
No report.
Really hoping to sit through a lot more reports tonight.
Board of Aldermen. Alderman Dunwoody?
No report.
Alderman Graham Craft?
No report.
Alderman Turner?
No report.
Alderman Bill?
In the spirit of reports, I do have to say something. I called Kyle this month about the road construction on Liberty Lane and some questions about traffic, and it seems like we got through that without any accidents. So I want to commend Kyle and the police department on, thank you for heeding my concerns when I saw what was going on over there and making sure we didn't have any accidents coming off of 63 onto Liberty Lane. So thank you guys.
The only thing that I've got is I was approached at church by a lady that witnessed a person fall on the sidewalk in the park due to a sidewalk break of some kind. It was just on this side of the bridge, she said.
Where the bridge and concrete connects?
I have not gone there. She just said this side of the bridge. And she said that person had some pretty good injuries afterwards. So might want to check out and see what
Yeah, we'll take a look
that
in the
looks
morning.
like.
Thank you, sir.
That's all I got.
All right, moving on, general comments from the public. I see no public. We're still doing closed session.
Don't do it.
All right, kill me. All right. That's right. Can I get a motion to adjourn? All in favor?
Aye.
Everybody else stay home. Go home.
Sorry to hear anything.
I
Should have rejected